how long should a post or article be in order to be indexed? Is there a recommended minimum word requirement?
That's a great question, and I've heard this one asked a million times. I've seen it answered a million times from Google reps and so on. And what they're going to tell you is as long as it needs to be, right? So if somebody asks you a question, what's 2 plus 2? You can say 2 plus 2 is 4. Guess what? You've answered the question. Um, you know, uh, you can get more in depth than that, of course, but you don't really need to. Someone asked you though about does speed matter? And I mentioned all of these things and all the different ways that you can go about it and things. Well, that is going to take longer. It's going to be longer to write, longer content to read, but it's also going to have more value. So it does come down to value. What I would probably do in a situation like how long, I would put in a search for what you're writing about and see what comes up, right? See what comes up, see how long or how lengthy the other articles are on that. And you want to make it at least that long or longer. We always, say longer content tends to rank better, tends to get shared more often, tends to keep people on page a little bit longer, has more value in the long run, tend to get, linked to. And you basically want to think of it like, remember fifth grade current events where you had to read an article back then in the newspaper? Yes, I'm old. And you have to write an answer in a who, what, where, when, why, and how, right? And sometimes how. And that's what you want to do, right? So if you have a question that someone's asked you, or you are writing content for your users to help them understand a topic or understand your product or your service or whatever, answer those questions for them. What questions would a user have about that topic area that you can answer? Also, take a look at what other people are writing. Maybe someone's got five things to make your blogs faster, right? Someone else has 10 things to make your blog faster. And maybe when you have, they're not 15 because some are replicated, but combined you have 13 or 12. Well, now you've got 2 more than everybody else does, right? Than anybody else does. So I like to kind of do some legwork, do some research, go to your AI tools to help with this as well, get some ideas from that. Ask AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, all the others. Just ask them for information about what should I talk about, what questions do people have about topic A, topic B, and then write as much as necessary where your user reads this and goes, "Wow, this is great. Well, this is super helpful," as opposed to, let me look for something else, right? And so it goes back to usability, your user experience, right? Ask yourself, does this help my user? Would my user enjoy this? Would my user get value from this? Would my user perhaps link to it or share it or comment or write a review about what I've written here? Would they possibly share it on social media? That being said, there are also other tools. Like, for example, I use SEMrush. That's one of our in-house tools that we use for our client-based work. And within SEMrush, there's a place, I forget the topic area, it's in the keyword research or content research area, where you can put a keyword in, and what it'll do is it'll search Google for the top 10 results that rank for that keyword phrase. It'll analyze all the pages that come up at once, and then it will tell you what the length of the page should be based on what the others who are already ranking are. And that's a great idea because sometimes it's only like 500 words. Other times it might be 2,000 words. It just depends on the topic area, the competitiveness of it, how much content's already out there, and so on. But there are tools out there that can give you some estimate as to what a good solid length would be. If you just have no idea, you don't have any of these tools, and you're just kind of shooting in the dark, I would say 800 to 1,200 words would be at least a starting point if you don't know any better. And if your question can be answered though in 300 words, 400 words, that's fine. As long as you're giving the users the answers they're looking for and they'll walk away happy, feeling like they've got some value out of it, you're in a good place. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Better to make sure that you're linking to it, better that you're sharing it on social media, make sure that you give people an opportunity to comment or add value to it as well. And then, if you come up with a new idea that might have some additional value, update your blog with it, add it in there. So those would be my recommendations kind of across the board.